The star stitch is worked over an odd number of stitches. So what I have here is a row 1 of 25 single crochet. So now with row 2, we're going to start the star stitch, which is actually super fun. It's a little kooky, but it is super fun. So to begin, we're going to chain 2. Now we're going to put our hook into the front loop only of the second chain from the hook. So into just this front loop only right here. And then yarn over and pull through so there's 2 loops on our hook. Now we're going to put our hook into the back loop of that same stitch. So just go back here and grab the back loop. Yarn over, pull through. So now there's 3 loops on our hook. Now we're inserting the hook into the first stitch. Yarn over, pull through. There's 4 loops on our hook. Insert the hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through. 5 loops on our hook. And insert the hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through. 6 loops on our hook. Now we yarn over and pull through all of those and then make a chain, and that little chain makes the eye of our star. And now that is our beginning star stitch. That is how we do a first star stitch of a row. Now the rest of the star stitches are going to be worked in a different way. So this is the repeat section of our row. We insert our hook into the eye. See where we made this little chain right here? Put our hook in the eye, yarn over, pull through. Insert the hook into the next loop on the side of our star, yarn over, pull through. 3 loops on our hook. Insert the loop into the same stitch as the previous star ended in. So right here, you see, this is the last stitch of our previous star. We're going to go in there, yarn over, pull through, 4 loops. And then insert the hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, 5 loops, insert the hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, 6 loops. Okay, always ending with 6 loops, yarn over, pull through all 6, and then yarn over, and we're just chaining 1 to finish off and make the eye of that star stitch. So I'll show you that again. Go into the eye, pull up a loop, go into the side of the stitch, pull up a loop, go into the same stitch that the last star ended on, pull up a loop, next stitch, pull up a loop, and next stitch, pull up a loop. You have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 6 of them, and make a chain. Do that again. We're just going to keep on going into the eye, pull up a loop, into the side, pull up a loop, into the last stitch of the previous star, pull up a loop, and in each of the next 2, pulling up loops. So they have 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 6, and chain 1. We're going to repeat that across, and it will end at the end of the row, but we're still going to have to come back to do a finishing stitch. We've completed that last star stitch. And now we're just going to half double crochet into the last stitch, which we have already worked into, but that's okay. We're just half double crocheting into that very last stitch. And that is the end of row 2 of our star stitch. Row 3 of the star stitch, we chain 1 and then single crochet into that very first stitch and single crochet into this chain 1 space. See that little eye? And now what we're going to do is 2 single crochet into each of the chain 1 spaces across. You can see those little eyes, there's clear holes, right? So we put 2 single crochet into each of those. Okay, I've done 2 single crochet into each of the chain 1 spaces across, and now I'm going to put 1 more single crochet into the very last stitch. That is the end of row 3. Row 3 will have the same number of stitches that row 1 had. So I started with 25 single crochet, and row 3 should also have 25 single crochet. This is a 2-row repeat, so we're just going to continue to repeats row 2 and 3. I am going to show you the beginning of row 2 one more time, and then you can just keep repeating rows 2 and 3 as many times as you'd like. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the start of row 2 again. We chain 2, 1, 2, and then insert our hook into the front loop of the second chain from the hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and then insert the hook into the back loop of that same chain. It's not always the easiest thing, but you only have to do it once every other row. Yarn over, pull through. There are 3 loops on your hook. Now insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then insert your hook into each of the next 2 stitches, pulling up a loop both times. So you now have 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 6 of those, and then chain to make the eye of your first star stitch. Now for each of the remaining star stitches across, we pull up a loop in the eye of the stitch. We pull up a loop from the side of the stitch. We pull up a loop from the last stitch that the stitch was worked into, and we pull up a loop from each of the next 2 stitches. Yarn over, pull through all 6, and then chain 1. And just keep doing that all the way across, and then when you get to the end, you'll place a half double crochet into the last stitch, which should also have the end of the last star stitch in it. Okay, so you're repeating rows 2 and 3 until you've reached your desired height, and then we'll just go ahead and put a little finishing border on top. Once you've gotten your star stitch swatch to the height that you like, and you have finished with a repeat of row 3, all we are going to do is add on a top border of gray, just like I have on the bottom. So I'm simply going to chain 1, and then I'm going to single crochet into the first stitch and single crochet into each stitch across. So at the bottom I started with 25 single crochet, and at the top I will end with 25 single crochet, and then my swatch will be done. Here we go, finishing off our swatch. And there we have our star stitch swatch, which I think is pretty cool looking.